So now my new question is there any good like white campaigns going on? Is that like people speaking on that? You don't hear enough about it. You only hear about the bullshit. Never do you hear about the good shit. That people. So yeah, so when I say talking about good vibes, I mean like you get all this content about ratchet shit, ratchet behavior, toxic shit, right? But it's rare that you see like a wife in her natural state, just being her, being free. Like I feel like if people was able to see what that look like more, people would want that more. But you don't see that. The only time we saw that was as kids when we was watching like, my wife and kids, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, TV shows, and things like that, movies and stuff. But now that it's reality TV, there's more reality TV out there than ever now, right? But even with all the content and streaming that you got out there, most of it be negative from time to time. And when it's not negative, it's not getting used. So I feel like in order to bring light on the positive things, we have to use the negative to do so. Like Charleston White did. You can't point out how fucked up game shit is unless you do what the games do to the game. Then you look at it from the big picture perspective. You can't look at really too many things without if you don't put it in this a different perspective, you ain't gonna never really understand a lot of stuff, basically. A lot of women feel like being a good wife is being a slave. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. That's the furthest from the truth. I don't know this from the fact, but I've been able to, me, I go look into what I would do. So I look for like husbands and wives and shit. And from the ones that I see that I consider the good ones, they were perfect, but it's worth it to go type shit. On top of that, they they become one to where everything just go flow and go how it feels. Like, I just want to know why we don't get to see more great marriages in the forefront. All the bad shit, all the bad marriages, bad relationships, all that shit is right there in front of us to see. But when it comes down to some good, loving, good marriage type shit, you don't get to see that. It's good polyamorous relationship. It's good all types of relationships. That's what's great out there. But we only get the toxic out of it. I love seeing love. Like you ever seen one of them videos of like old people just they old and they been together for like 60,000 years and they be walking on the beach and they barely walking because they old as fuck so they be like speeding across the beach. Like yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Or when it be like an old man, an old lady, and she just sit on his lap and sit there, like that's cute. 'Cause they old as fuck. Yeah, I like that kind of shit. But that being old is like old. I want to see it in like the ages of like the 40s, the 30s, the 50s. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that type of shit. I want to see what happens when something go wrong with the money. I want to see what happens when something go wrong with bitch, but they still together. You feel me? They need to make a goddamn series about some shit like that. Call that bitch from A to Z. 26 episodes, one season. For real? They should write it. Should write the script. It could start off like I ain't even gonna tell you how to start. I'm gonna write the shit, but yeah, but we need a good example of husband and wife dynamic from our aspect how that shit can go. And then this the real message I want to come with right here right now today. The real message is this: for the females that feel like they good females, be that, be that at all times. And I ain't even saying be no sucker or none of that. But what I am saying is this: if you want to be a wife, or you aspire to be that too, right? But as that, be mindful of your part. Your part is to be a helpmate, right? And what a helpmate God is to do is in your particular position is to multiply things. Meaning, if you're in a position where you are able to just not have to work, but still get some whatever allowance, because you sort of put some of that stuff up, and I'm just feeling all of that stuff. And the rainy day may come, and he may lose to borrow some of that back. Or it might be the other type of rainy day where y'all don't work out, and now you got something to fall back on because you've been putting it up on the slip slide in an account that it has nothing to do with it. Regardless, it's a win-win because you'll be ready for whatever situation happens. That's what I advise a good wife and a good woman to do. And that's what a good wife and a good woman do. We're in that position. Now, if y'all both grinding, you know what you do. But once able to be in that position, it's time to lock in. Y'all move around and become saving some of what you got. That's it. And making sure he's stable. Because I had to tell my cousin that 'cause she was like, oh, well, what if the nigga try to leave you down there? I'm like, cuz, if he didn't take care of you, that means he didn't give you money, right? So that means if he didn't give you money, it's up to you to save some of that shit. It's yours once you get it to you. So that shit in a separate ass account that he don't know nothing about it. And if everything good, he had to rainy day when he need to go help you got him. If everything ain't good, and he just doing some bullshit trying to dump you or something, you get it. And when I told her that, she was like, damn, cuz, you right. So it's like, at the end of the day, I'm having to feel you prepared for anything. But you still doing everything you're doing out of the goodness of your heart. You just ain't gonna be a sucker at the end of the day. I ain't never telling a woman to be suckers. But you just don't, you know, don't be dumb either in the sense. No matter which way it goes. Because at the end of the day, like I said, you really do got a good nigga that's gonna stay and ride. And you're not ready to help. You look like that ain't shit person. They don't want that. Nobody wants that. So that's a free game. That ain't goddamn the gist of it, but don't be a sucker, but be submissive. And don't be a sucker, but be submissive. Because I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully, Moneybag Yo bought her more than just the fucking rings. Hopefully, he got her ass some goddamn land or something. If they ain't got no kids, then she need to get a baby or something. Because if he ain't got nothing for her that's like hers for real, then that shit don't mean nothing, in my opinion. And niggas always gonna be so they got their back too. So